looking at the bill again and again and again, and I realized we had totally, when you showed us the little short bill, and then I knew that the origin of this came from Cloud County, and which was 10,000 people. And I thought, man, we've gone off the trail and made this bill too difficult. So the intent of this bill was to allow counties that have a lower population to move a person from a facility to a facility, whether that's a small critical hospital to a larger hospital, whether it's a nursing home to a nursing home. That was the intent. And we kind of got into variances and we got into all kinds of stuff because we kept trying to figure out how we're going to do this. So what we would like to propose to you, and it hasn't been drafted yet, I did talk to our reviser briefly about it, but we'd like to give you the foundation for it. Go back to the simple part, which is our biggest concern has to do with population size of a county. So research, of course, gave us a nice list of all our communities and counties. And so the thought was, since the original bill started with a county of 10,000 or less, and here we are up to 50. And now that's why we have to talk about variances and everything else. But what we would like to do, just a few components here. In looking at the county chart, and we're only going to deal with counties and we're not going to deal with cities. So if you're a small city in Sedgwick County, you don't get to partake in this bill, okay? And there's a good reason for that, because you're close to facilities. You're close to population, and you're close to hospitals and those kind of things. So in looking at this and seeing Ellis County there at about 28,900, and you think about the large communities out in western Kansas, we were thinking perhaps it should be counties of 30,000 or less qualify to have one driver CPR certified and one person in back that is EMT, or is EMR the other one, or do we even want to go there? EMT or above, thank you. EMT certified. And it's from facility to facility. I think we got into, they can go out on car accidents and things like that, which I don't think is safe for our EMT people, because you may have alcohol situations, you may have gun situations, those types of things, and now you only have 2 people there to take care of people at an accident, and the driver can't do anything other than administer CPR. So the components of this has to do with 30,000 and under are the only counties that can participate. Has to be facility to facility. Driver has to be CPR certified, and the person in back has to be EMT qualified and above. And then I hope, where's my revisor, we're hoping we can clean up a lot of this language, because now they already have a variance under current statute that they can request.
Yes, Madam Chair, that's correct. They do have a temporary variance authority currently. The Senate amendment was to make that permanent, but if you don't want to touch the variance authority, then we can remove all of Section 1 as it passed out of the Senate and just go back to the House version of the bill that came out of the House that did not have Section 1 in it.
Thank you. Senator, do you wish to speak?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I did, in listening to the testimony, understand the concern about a variance that only lasted for a year. Because what I heard was it's hard to hire people if they don't know that their job is going to be continuing. And then also learned that even if this were to be a permanent variance, the revisers assured me that that was to make it opposite of the temporary, and that in fact, the EMS board could still revoke that variance if they felt that there was misuse or misunderstanding. So to me, that part of the bill still has value.
You're suggesting you would like to put the variance in, leave it in.
I'd
Okay.
like to leave the variance in, and then I'm comfortable with the rest of the.
Okay, well, I don't think that was the chair's intent. So, so that's where we're thinking on that. And then you had requested and asked about Senate Bill 162.
Yes, 162 we did not get to during the regular actions of the House, and we want to add that to the actions under this bill.
And our revisor is okay with that?
Yes, Madam Chair.
So 162 is the bill that has to do with Riley and Crawford counties pertaining to nuisance abatement. So we'll take our little recess amongst one another here in just a couple of minutes. But what you'll need to talk about is if you're comfortable with the components of 384 as presented, and then the Senate is amenable to putting 162 in that bill.
But what we're going to discuss is the 30,000 or less, one driver CPR, one driver EMT. Correct. Correct. And, yeah, one person in back, or EMT. Okay. And facility to facility. That was our original understanding and intent to begin with, so, yeah.
Yeah, I think somewhere we got off the reservation, so. Anyway. Okay, so do you guys want to talk for a minute? Okay, all right.
Can we do it one more time and make sure we like the wording?
Okay. Are we ready? We're live. We're live. Madam Chair, the House Local Government Committee is in agreement with the changes that are agreed on by the Senate to 384, and including the reducing the 30,000 or less, and that's by county, not by city. And that would be for one driver, trained EMS training, and one attendant, a medical attendant, EMT certified. And that would be facility to facility. So, in agreement? Okay. CPR.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, the only question we have, we're going to keep the variance in, correct? Because if we don't keep the variance in, then I won't support it because of the lack of transfer. I don't like the just facility to facility because we need some of those small communities to be able to, if there is a call, they need to be able to move if they've got people. And in my county particularly, I'm at 31,000. So I would be impacted by that. So the variance needs to stay in it. And I think, I'll follow up. The question was, what reason why supposedly wasn't as many variances requested is the fact that people felt that it was temporary and it wasn't permanent. Now that it's permanent, they may feel a little more comfortable. So there'll probably be more than the 7, that option, so. 7 current variances.
Well, I would just go back to, I believe it's the House that was frustrated with the Senate because we went from a half-page bill and you leave your variance in there. I would just hate for someone, well, I guess they can't rip things out on the floor because it'll be in a conference report. Okay. I'd like to ask if the people from the emergency services is comfortable with that. With leaving it? Okay. All right. I didn't know if you also wanted to bid on your county and go up to 32. Okay. Okay. And then the insertion of 162. Correct? Correct. So we will get a copy of the conference report that will have the draft clearly spelled out. And since we don't have it in front of us today, I'd encourage all of us to proofread it, make sure we have everything we think we have in there. So, all right?
Madam Chair, will we be able to report today, or are we going to be reporting tomorrow to the House?
Mr. Chairman, most likely, unless the chambers are going late tonight, it'll be tomorrow when the report is finished and ready for signatures.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
That'd give us time to, fully take a look at it. So, is there anything else to come before us? All right. I want to say congratulations to my former mayor from Park City. All right.
And congratulations to my former.
There you go. All right.
And happy retirement.
All right. Thank you all. It's been a pleasure to work with you. We're adjourned.